What's up guys, it's waba, and in this video I'm going to be telling you 5 tips to help you with mapping in Path of Exile. Maps in Path of Exile range in difficulty with a tier system from 1 to 15, tier 1s being the easiest, and naturally tier 15s being the most dangerous. Each tier increases the level of monsters by 1, starting at level 68, and become more rare as you progress higher in the tiers. Number 1. Rolling your maps. For the first few tiers of maps, it is not necessary to use crafting materials like orbs of transmutation or alteration orbs, but if you'd like, you could throw them on there just to get some magical properties on them, but it is not necessary at all. Once you begin doing maps that are tier 4 and higher, you can begin to roll your maps with orbs of alteration and augmentations to get pack size. Pack size will increase the amount of mobs on the map, increasing your experience gained and chances of more maps dropping. Number 2. Don't be afraid to buy maps. Buying maps to gain access to higher tiers is essentially the same thing as rolling lower tier maps for pack size, as you're just trying to get more maps. You could use PoE.trade and find maps of all tiers for sale. You could also ask other players in the game to sell you low tier maps in bulk. Keep in mind that when purchasing maps, their values will change throughout the course of a league. Often they are higher in value at the beginning of the league and lower at the end. Number 3. Sell the tiers of your maps you are no longer running. Once you begin mapping, you will quickly build up a large collection of low tier maps. By the time you start to run tier 7 and 9 maps, you will most likely have a stash tab full of low tier maps. This ties directly into the previous tip because people tend to forget that as easily as you could buy maps, you could sell them too, helping out other young exiles. Number 4. Learn the tile sets. As you play a wide variety of maps, you will begin to see some are much faster to run than others, be it the difficulty or the mechanics of the boss, or the layout of the map in general. The maps that you find to be favorable you could keep for yourself or sell them to other players, as people only like to buy the ones that are easy to run. The maps you find to be not so enjoyable you could use in the chisel recipe or just trade them up with the vendor recipe. There may be some exceptions to this because of divination card drops. An example of this for me is the Celestial Justicar, which drops in crypts. I do not find this map to be very enjoyable, but I keep these around due to this divination card alone. Number 5. Kill the bosses. Bosses of maps have a higher chance to drop maps and are the only mobs that can drop maps 2 tiers higher than the map you are in. With that said, be careful with map bosses as they could be pretty dangerous at times. Bosses worth mentioning are the dungeon boss, torture chamber boss, the shock and horror boss, and the boss in Jungle Valley, the infamous chaos EK spider that has scarred so many people. And those are the tips that I have for new players while mapping in Path of Exile. If you like this video, toss it a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more, subscribe, as I do one each week. If you have any questions, comment below, or you could come ask me on my stream at twitch.tv/wabachop. Thanks again, guys. Bye!